Hello friends, welcome to SKR classes in the new biology video of life processes. As I told you in the earlier video that we will be doing heterotrophic nutrition, that is performed by the other organisms else than plants. So let us continue our topic. So as you know, heterotrophic nutrition is performed by animals who can't do photosynthesis, who can't photosynthesize. So they are dependent on plants and other organisms and animals for their food. So animals who can't make their own food fall under the category of heterotrophs. And as you know that heterotrophs basically get their food from plants and other sources, and they use the digestion process to get the energy out of that food. So the process is not very complex, but it is a bit tricky. I'll tell you that in words. The complex food is taken into the digestive system through the mouth or opening by the process of ingestion. By ingestion, let me write that for you. The first one is ingestion, that is taking food inside the body from the mouth or the opening. Ingestion. So by the process of ingestion, the organisms take food inside their body, and this this is the first process by which the complex food of the plants or other organisms taken in by the heterotrophs is broken down. The first process is ingestion. The second process is digestion. The second process is digestion. So as you know, digestion is the vital, all the vital nutrients and all are broken down, and food particles are broken down into simpler forms by the process of digestion in the body. That happens in the stomach, or other organisms have other means to break down the food. Some do that externally out of the body, that we'll see later. The process of digestion is that the food particles are broken down into simple forms. The third process is absorption. Let me write it bigger that you can be able to see. Third process is absorption. So in the process of absorption, the vital nutrients are absorbed by the body of the organisms. The vital nutrients are taken down in the body, and then they are supplied to to all the cells, so that they can function and do out for a better living. So the third process is absorption. The fourth process is assimilation. The fourth process is assimilation. Now what does assimilation mean? Assimilation means that digested nutrients are used to make material by the useful material, such as the vitamins and all, which are required by the body and energy. So the process of assimilation aids in that. The digested nutrients are used to make material medium by the process of assimilation in the body. So the assimilation also, as you know, we create ATP. So everyone doesn't do that. Some just revolve around what they have eaten in the digested form, but assimilation is that one only, that all the organisms rotate throughout the body what they have eaten to provide energy. Assimilation is that one. And the fifth one, is egestion. This means that the undigested things are eliminated from the body by the process of egestion. So this is the process by which heterotrophs take in their food and they do the digestion and absorb everything. After this, they have got the energy and they can do out for the day. Now I hope that you have noted down these lines. I'm lazy. If you have not, you can just scroll back the video. Now the animals. Now the heterotrophic, as you know, is of some different parts. Those parts are heterotrophic is of some parts. 3 parts. Parasitic. Heterotrophic nutrition is of 3 parts, which is saprophytic, holozoic and parasitic. This is that, let me explain you all the 3 parts. So coming to the first one, that is saprophytic. Saprophytic is the mode of nutrition in which organisms break down the food outside their body and then absorb it. This is usually done from the dead and decaying. The saprophytic organisms take their food from the dead and decaying matter so that they can get their requirement of energy. This, they break down, as I said you, they break down the food outside their body and then absorb it. The organisms which do this are fungi. Is a common example, very common example, and you can go for searching what are the else ones which are the examples for saprophytic nutrition. Hunt and you will learn. Now coming to, as you see saprophytic, I may just say 1 or 2 more points, that saprophytic nutrition also helps for the re-enrichment for the soil. As you can see that saprophytes, they break down dead and decaying matter. So as they break down dead and decaying matter, they break down and they absorb whatever they need, and the rest is transferred to the soil. So the soil gets organic nutrients so that it can enrich itself. That is the betterment of saprophytic nutrition. Now coming to holozoic. Holozoic is the one which is most important here, as it is the mode of nutrition in which organisms take in food and break it inside their body, which is done by us humans. This is the mode of nutrition, the subtype which is done by us humans. This mode of nutrition. Now coming to holozoic. What is holozoic? I may express you a bit in detail. Now the word holo. The word holo means whole. As you can see, they sound like same, holo, whole. And zoic. Zoic is, the word zoic is zygos. Zygos meaning is animal. The meaning of zygos is animal. So the word holozoic means whole animal. The organisms which take their food whole. The organisms which take their food whole, the animals, are known as holozoic, which swallow their food and then they digest it inside their body. They are known as the holozoic animals. So as you know, holozoic, I gave the example, we humans, lions and all the common species that you can say, not everyone but the common species that you can say are the holozoic animals. I can give you the example. Humans, lions, dogs, etc. The humans, lions, dogs, etc. And there are many more of the examples in holozoic nutrition which do this. The holozoic is considered to be the most important one, and it will be when you opt for biology in the higher classes. Unless you do botany, this one I think will be the most important, as this will be going to expand. So now we move on to parasitic. What is parasitic? You know what is parasitic nutrition, the one which is done by parasites. Now what are parasites? Parasites are the organisms which take their food from the host, and then they take the food directly from the host and then they channelize it into their body for their energy requirement and all. The parasites, parasitic nutrition. So this mode of nutrition is where an organism lives on the surface or inside the body of another organism. The organism which lives on the body is known as parasite, and on whose body the organism is living is known as the host. So the one who performs is known as parasite, and the one whom this is performed is known as the host. Parasites live on the body of hosts and take their nutrition from the body of hosts for their living. I'll give the definition once again. The mode of nutrition where an organism, which is a parasite, lives on the surface or inside the body of another organism, which is the host, and obtains nutrition directly from the host. This is the parasitic nutrition. I'll give you some examples of who does this. They are, I'll give you example, ticks. Very common example, as you have seen in everyday life. Tapeworms, hangworms, orchids and all, they are the examples for parasitic nutrition. So here we have completed all the types of nutrition in our previous videos and this video. We have done every type of nutrition possible. The most two important are autotrophic and heterotrophic, and in the heterotrophic nutrition, as I told to you, there are 3 subtypes. So here we complete our nutrition part. Now we will come back to the human process again, that how do the humans take in and take out all that, and we will deal with the digestive system in the next video. ending this video, I want to run you through the processes of amoeba and paramecium. These two are also important as they are asked in your exam, so I want just to explain you, and you can take it from the other sources. So as you know, amoeba eats the food by swallowing whole food, creating a food vacuole. You see, this is the amoeba, and this is the food where it wants to reach. So the amoeba will create this type of structure to get to the food. The amoeba will go to the food, create this type of structure. This is known as pseudopodia. Pseudo means false and podia means fingers. These are false fingers. So when the food will come, this will go like this, and a food vacuole will be created around it. The food then goes on, and digestive enzymes are given in the food vacuole for the digestion. Now after the digestion, as you have seen, the amoeba absorbs everything it can, and the waste material that is left goes out then again through the walls of the amoeba. This is how amoeba takes in and ejects food. This was a short representation of that with a diagram. So in amoeba, digestive juices are secreted on the vacuole, and then the food is slowly digested. So what is the term known as known in animals, of the animals who do digestion inside the body? That digestion is known as intracellular digestion, that is done inside the body of animals. So clearing this, I will head on to paramecium. When you see the structure of paramecium, I am just drawing a rough diagram. You will see tiny hair-like projections all over this. Paramecium has a lot of that, and these are known as cilia. These cilia, they are the main tool in catching food for paramecium, and the cilia also help in the movement and obtaining nutrition for the paramecium. The paramecium moves by beating the cilia around its body in a rhythmic motion, and thereby the body is propelled. There is a shallow groove in the paramecium covered by the cilia called the feeding apparatus. A point like this is an opening. Through this food enters, and this is covered by the cilia. As I said, there are many present on the body because they aid in the movement. So food goes from here inside the body. The tube, the feeding apparatus, that groove is known as the feeding apparatus, as I have said. So this tube is also known as the mouth, and the one which is present from here, this opening is known as vestibulum. This opening is known as vestibulum. The paramecium lives in the water and moves by beating its cilia, and gets its food from that feeding apparatus and the vestibulum tube. So here we have completed everything in the modes of nutrition. This was the remaining part that I wanted to share, and I have done it. Stay connected for more updates, and in the next video we will be starting the human digestive system. In the next video we will do next video we'll do human digestive system, so please stay connected for this important topic. Like, subscribe and share our channel. Thank you.